Power After Hours, your favorite power podcast. We are here with Patina Miller, Raquel Thomas for Raising Kanan season 3. Patina, how you feeling today?
I feel great. I feel so great. Here we are finally. The season is finally here for the fans. I finally get to talk about the epicness of season 3. I feel great.
Good, good. I'm glad to hear it. Let's get into Rock because for me, a theme of Rock throughout season 2 was her ambition. She wanted to be the biggest drug dealer in the game and use her control and able to enact that, right? But she got caught up in a few blind spots, whether it was underestimating Sal's hitters from Jersey or getting cut out of that drug deal with the Connect Joaquin and even the Kanan Howard, you are not the father situation. For someone as calculated as Rock, how did she not see any of this happening?
I think because she's dealing with so many different balls in the air, she's going a mile a minute, a mile a minute. And as a boss, she doesn't have the time to sit and think through everything all the time. I think if the team were aligned and everyone was in order and everything worked the way it was supposed to work, I don't think she would have those blinders. But I think because her son and Howard and that whole secret is exposed, that makes it all the more anxiety ridden. It makes her less able to make these big decisions and like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it makes her human, right? Because you can't be good at everything, right? Like nobody wants to just see someone be good at everything. And I think with Rock, you know, what I can say about her is that her eyes are always on the prize and that she's going to stop at nothing to get that. Now these things do occur, and I think that is what makes her human is the mistakes and but it's about how she gets back from, you know what I mean? Like
I
she
know.
keeps the mistakes. So yeah, Sal, the whole thing with Sal, all that stuff happened, but Sal came for her brother, and instead of doing what he wanted her to do, she said, I'm going to go to war. You know what I mean? So she's
Right.
clear when it comes to those things, but Kanan makes it a little less confident for her because that's her Achilles heel. So
Right. And we saw that Achilles heel in her Mendy play out through that relationship with Kanan and Rock. It got more frayed and more conflicted as the season went on. And you and Rock have something in common because y'all are both moms. So I
yeah.
need to know from your perspective, what feelings did you experience when you watched Rock and Kanan's whole relationship kind of unravel throughout season 2?
I think it's sad, right? Like at the end of the day, where I came into it, season one, we started on this very hopeful, note of this mother who just wants her son to be better, wants her son to get, she has these dreams and aspirations for her son. Obviously the love has never gone away. She loves her son more than anything. But then all of that kind of gets a little like clouded and it gets really weird because now he's wants to be in the business. Now he wants to be grown. And so their relationships keeps shifting. And the trust between them obviously has been broken, even if it was justified for her. She's watching someone she loves separate themselves from her. And Rock at the end of the day is the matriarch, but she is also like she needs everyone to be a unit to make it run the way it's supposed to run. And, her son not being in her orbit the way she wants him presents a challenge, and it's always going to be a problem.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. And before I get you out of here, I know you're from South Carolina, but the way you portray Rock, I'm from Queens, and I could have thought you were one of us. I got people hitting me up saying, "Yo, you sure she ain't from Queens?" Like, I don't know. It could be that, right? What is one aspect of this historical period piece, this historical drama, season 3, Raising Kanan, that 90s era New York City? What's one aspect of this era that helps you draw inspiration for your character?
Well, when I think about the time, I think about the time period, I think about the war on drugs, I think about where, everybody stood, like being in New York City and how dangerous it was. And really everybody was just trying to make shit happen for themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like at a time where you could be twiddling your thumbs at home, not getting what you is owed to you, right? Like nobody's going to do this for you. You had a lot of people out there, no matter the decision, people were doing things and people were trying to do things for themselves. And it was very, that's like a big thing to want something for yourself, whether it's slinging, whether it's whatever. the people were making choices to do things for themselves, whether it's record, you know what I mean, music
Yep.
business. There, it's just that's, and so I think about that, and I think, it was a really crazy time. What would it have been like to be in a situation where like the cops were always on your back spinning the block, you know what I mean, always there, and you felt unsafe because of the danger around you, and like what that must feel like. And so when I think about those things, and I think about Queens, and I think about my research and listening to people stories, 50 stories, other people's stories, my job as an actor is to take all of that stuff and try to channel that, and be as honest as I can, while also bringing my own truth to it. I may not be from Queens, but I understand what it's like to be a mother. To be a mother, I understand what it's like to be the child of a 15-year-old. I know what it's like to be ambitious. I know what family drama looks like. I know what it's like to like carry the weight of your entire family on yourself. So I bring all of these things, and then the drugs and the drama and all these things is just another way in.
I love it. Thank you so much, Patina. Thank you for your time. Power After Hours. We out. I hope to speak to you soon.